Hello and welcome to Stylecraft Gifts Chaotic Crochet Chatter. My name's Jenny. I am the business owner of Stylecraft Gifts, which is a business based in Harrogate, North Yorkshire in the UK, where I live with my husband Kelvin, our son Ned and our cat Neris. It's a crochet business. I make and sell, well, whatever I fancy really, but it's the focus on home decor. And yeah, that's the boring bit out of the way. How are you? I've had quite a week. This is going to be a little less structured than usual. I don't really have a lot to show you this week, to be honest. It's been quite a slow week in crochet terms. Well, because it's been, well, slow couple of weeks in crochet terms. Mainly because of illness, to be honest with you. I was ill again a few days after I filmed the last podcast. Was ill for a few days towards the end of that following week. And then just as I was getting better and feeling much more like myself, Ned came down with an awful ear infection. Ended up out of hours at our local hospital on Sunday evening. Probably should have gone in a few hours earlier, but hey, hindsight's 2020. And I mean, hats off to the NHS once again. They're amazing, constantly amazing, or at least all the experience I've had has been positive. I know some people disagree, but yeah, I don't have a bad word to say about them. Yeah, incredibly competent doctor. We got seen really quickly, actually, which is a little unusual. And yeah, soon determined that Ned had quite a severe infection in both ears. His temperature was through the roof. And so they prescribed us amoxicillin straight away, which is an antibiotic. He's been on that all week. Just realised that I haven't given it to him this evening before bed. Oops. So hopefully he'll be alright tomorrow. And yeah, we'll finish the course over the weekend. He had Monday, Tuesday off school, so that obviously threw all my plans out of whack, but his health is more important, of course. And I did enjoy a very cuddly couple of days on the sofa. But yeah, so he was off Monday, Tuesday, and he's been back in the rest of the week. And he's fine. He's fine now, hopefully. What else happened? Sorry, I'm just going to ramble on today. I said there's not a lot to show you. I've got a few little bits, but mostly I'm just going to talk at you. Sorry. Tell you what I've been up to. So yeah, on Tuesday we had to have some emergency roof repairs done. Quite a fraught day. Kelvin discovered on Monday evening that there was a leak in the ceiling of our bedroom, thankfully our bedroom and not Ned's. And thankfully just into the window we've got a big bay, sort of big square bay windows in the front of our house, which are lovely, and meant that it was well away from any electrical stuff, which is really good. And it wasn't a huge leak, it was just dripping, but obviously these things can get bigger the longer they're left. Luckily we were able to get someone straight out on Tuesday morning, and never heard of them before, didn't know anything about them, but they had good reviews on Google, and they came straight out, got it all fixed, discovered extra problems while they were up there, fixed those as well, and it cost quite a bit. Yeah, we've dropped £3,500 on Tuesday. But we have a roof that doesn't leak, and hopefully won't leak now for several years, because it's all the roof felt has been replaced. They've done some bits around the edges. I don't really understand any of it, but they seem to know what they were talking about. Patched up a couple of other holes that were up there. So yes, that hopefully won't be an issue anymore. And then I have spent what feels like the entirety of the last 3 days, although it isn't, it's only a few hours, just feels like longer, distributing flyers for the craft market. That is not tomorrow, but the week after. It's getting very close now. I was going to say it's still fully booked. It's not. I've got one space. Somebody's had to cancel, so I need to fill that. But otherwise, planning for the craft market is fab. Going really, really well. Distributed 500 flyers. A couple of other people have helped out as well and done a few for me, which is amazing. Eternally grateful for them. Promoting it on social media, obviously. I know a few people have shared it for me there as well, so thank you very much if you have. If you haven't, why not? Do it now. I will keep posting, obviously, over the next week. You'll see a few more from me about it. Oh, and then, last night, I told you last time this was happening, my wonderful friend Lindsay and I went to see the Scummy Mummies live in our theatre in Harrogate. It was amazing. Best night we've had certainly that I've had, in a long time. Non-stop laughter from the moment they came on stage right until the end. Just, yeah, what can I say? They were brilliant. We were right at the front, right in the middle of the front row. Which was nice, actually. It was really, really good, and they didn't pick on us too much at all, really. I think we got a bit of eye contact, which was great. And we just felt like we were in the show almost, because we were so close. And yeah, if you don't know who the Scummy Mummies are, I will put their information in the description for this, just to share. I think they're fantastic. They have a really good podcast as well, which has it's a comedy basis in that they both have comedic backgrounds, but they do talk about really serious issues on it. All kinds of things, mostly around parenting, but not exclusively, and certainly not anymore. It's broadening as their kids get older. And they have special guests on who talk about whatever the particular subject is. I find it both interesting and entertaining, which is a great combination. So yeah, I will share all their details below. Please do go and have a look at them. They're well worth it. And if you can get to see them live, go for it. I know they've got at least a few more dates around the UK coming up. I don't know if they have any plans to go international, but you never know. Yeah, it was so much fun. And then we went for a couple more drinks after as well, obviously. And do you remember I made Lindsay a bag a little while ago? It would have been ready for August, middle of August. Well, we agreed that she would pay me for the materials, but then she wanted to thank me for it as well, so she bought me a couple of little gifts, one of which I've shown you before. She bought me a crochet tension ring in the shape of a cat, which is awesome. And then last night, because it took a while to arrive, she gave me this, my new favourite mug. Crochet because murder is wrong. And it's a little black cat. I mean, she knows me well, yeah? She knows me really, really well. So that's my new favourite mug. I had to use it tonight. I've got my trusty honey and lemon in it, because my voice will start going at some point. Sort of already has. What else can I tell you? Other than I am very much enjoying that it's October. It's still a little warm once I get going outside, but it's okay. And it's the right temperature now that when I'm sat still indoors, I can snuggle under a blanket to be cosy. So that's nice. We've got our Halloween window stickers up. I've got Halloween nails. I don't know how well you can see those. I've got a few other ones to do near at the time as well. I've got cobwebs at the moment and sort of drippy bits. I've got Halloween earrings, although I haven't got any in today, but I have got some. All my Halloween tights and dresses have been coming out again. Not today. I haven't really dressed for I haven't really thought this through. But yeah, I've been wearing them a lot, which is great. I restocked my autumn scented wax melts yesterday. So the house smells divine. I should have brought them up actually to show you. Not that you can smell them through the screen obviously, but I could have showed you where they're from and what they're called. I'll try and remember that for next time. And yeah, I've been trying to get a bit of crafting done in between things. So I will just take a quick moment to have a drink and then I will show you what I have done. Okay, so there really isn't a lot, but I will show you what I've got. The main thing is, you'll remember seeing these, I've shown them to you before, but I have finally got them in frames. See the light's reflecting on them because it's not glass, it's perspex, but shiny, shiny. This is the one by Crochet or Cry on Instagram. Again, I'll put all this in the description underneath for you. And then we've got the skull. I can't remember off the top of my head who this is from at the moment. I think it's one off Ravelry. I think the pattern's on Ravelry. Sorry about the shine, but they look so good in the frames. It looks so much better, so much neater. And what I've done is I've just put a bit of black card, well, yeah, thin card behind them, and then used hot glue to fix them in place. And I found that works really well with acrylic yarn, and it just means that they won't shrink back in. They're not quite as straight edged as I intended for them to be, but I still think they look pretty cool. And they will obviously be available at the craft market next week. But if for some strange reason they don't sell there, they'll have to. But if they don't, which they might not, I will add them to my shop. I'm woefully behind, I still haven't done anything on that score, but I will. I've got a plan where I'm not going to do anything now in the shop. I'm going to wait until the market, see what sells at the market, then put everything else that's Halloween themed in the shop, probably put it on sale, put a bit of discount on, and I will share it everywhere and hopefully get some stuff out for people in time for Halloween. Talking of things like that, things that will be for sale, where's it gone? You've seen my bigger pumpkins before, but I've been making dinky little ones. Look, hang on, where's my hand? There we go, that's my hand for scale. I don't have the biggest hands. It's titty. And I'm making these into keyrings or bag charms, use them for whichever. So they've got a little ring and a is that a lobster claw clasp? I don't know, I'm not good at clasp names. But one of those ones, you know, with a little lever, so they're nice and secure. So they can go, yeah, on key rings or on bags, or hang them on hooks around your home, attach them to bunting, do what you want with them. But yes, they're being sold as key rings and bag charms. I want a slightly neater way of attaching them to the rings, so I'm just waiting for a couple more supplies to arrive and then I can get the rest of them made up. But that's the first one that I mean I've finished all the well, not all of them, a batch of pumpkins, mini ones. I just need to get them attached. But they're cute. This week, hopefully, I mean obviously they'll be cheap, it's not going to be a big income generator, but I'm hoping to sell quite a few of those because I think a little cheap thing is quite often a bit of a draw, isn't it, at a market. And even if all I do is sell these, at least that's something. £2-3 a go, that's fine. And then the only other thing really that I've been making, and this is not for sale, these are mine, is I've made another pair of socks for the Strictly Sock Along. And these are just, if I do say so myself, they are beautiful. I love the colours. But then the colours are courtesy of Vicky Brown Designs, who I've mentioned in the past. She is where my current stash of sock yarn is from. And I'm not entirely pleased with the colour of the heel because it's not enough of a contrast between the heel and the rest of the sock. But that was the only yarn I had that was enough to do the heel without it just being the same colour. But the yarn for the cuff, ooh, just dropped on. Can you see the yarn for the cuffs? I love it. It's that kind of splotchy, really lovely colour, and then the sort of splotchy bits on it. Hang on. Yeah, like that. I don't know. Loads of people don't like the colour pooling you get with variegated yarn. I love it. I think it looks really cool, and it means these socks technically match, but they are unique. You know, they're not the same, but they match, if that makes sense. The pattern, I can't remember who it's by. Is it Hearth Hook Home? Heart Hook Home. It might be. I'll put it in the description. I believe it's called the Simple and Best Crochet Socks pattern, which in my opinion, can't talk, my opinion, isn't entirely accurate. It's relatively simple. I wouldn't say it's the best, and I wouldn't say it's as simple as she makes out. I made a very slight modification to the toe. Just the first couple of rounds, it wouldn't work for me, the way the pattern was written, so I just did a normal magic circle and then couple of rows of single crochet to get it started, and then moved into the pattern. And the heel, again, it's very similar to what the pattern said, but I did just kind of wing it and make it up. So they're not quite in line with the pattern, but you know, I think I've done alright. I've mostly stuck to it, and they've turned out a little big, and because there's a bit of stretch to them, they will only get bigger. So they're definitely wearing around the house socks, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. They are lovely and warm because they're wool, and yeah, I do love the colour, I do. And I've got more. The main colour is from Vicky Brown's, what's it called? Mini Skein Club. And the version of that I chose is where she sends out a pack of ombre yarn. And it is slightly variegated, but ombre yarn every month. So you get 5 small skeins, mini skeins, and the colours blend from one month through the month into the next one. So there's a slight variation in colour between the first skein in the box and the last skein in the box, but they're all roughly the same colour. And I've still got, I think these each used a skein, but that month I bought 2 off for some reason. I think either that or it's that month and the month before, and that was February this year. So I've got another 8 skeins of a similar colour to use, and then I've got March's box, April's box, June's box, July's box, August box. September box is downstairs. I meant to bring that up next time. I will show you next time. I will, because I can't be bothered to go and get it now. And then obviously there'll be October's box and November's box and December, January, and then I think it stops, and if I want more I'll have to resubscribe. The other colours, I do have the names for the colourways written down, and I will add them in the description. They are from a Lucky Dip bag of mini skeins from Vicky Brown, and I've just been picking whatever I think works with the main colour. So again, I've got a few more random minis left, and at some point I'm going to buy another Lucky Dip bag because I think it's a great way of choosing the colours. It means I don't have to think. And I might investigate her DK weight. This is fingering, I think. I think that's the official term. I don't know. And what was I saying? Yes, I'd like to do a slightly thicker weight sock for sort of slipper socks almost. So I'll have a look at some point. There's no rush. Obviously, heavier weight yarn, I'd need more yarn per sock, so the value isn't as good. but they're only for me. I'm not trying to sell them. I know if I can get a nice drawer full of lovely hand crocheted woolen socks together, it's not a bad thing, is it? And once I get confident, you know, I can whip up a pair for Kelvin, I can do some for Ned, I can do some for my dad, for friends, for, you know, friends and family. So I'm having fun. I need to stop making socks for a while. Although, no, that's not true. I've got another sock pattern lined up. I haven't started it yet, because I'm doing these as part of the Strictly Sock Along, which, again, I'll put the details down below. I'm not going to bang on about it now, but I will put the details down below. It's great, you should join in if you haven't already. What I'm going to do, I need to really be focusing on prep for the market, and then after that, Christmas stuff. But for the socks, I'm going to let myself make socks while I am watching Strictly, because that is the origin of the Strictly Sock Along. So I figure I can justify that. And once I've got the hang of a sock pattern, they're mostly fairly repetitive, although I might try a slightly more advanced one next time. We'll see. And what I do, it's a nice way to be able to kind of get a bit of crocheting, but I'm not overdoing it, because I'll watch the dance and then crochet through all the chatter, and then watch the next dance and then crochet through all the chatter. And yeah, I'm babbling now. But yeah, that's my plan. I've got 2 pairs of socks now that I've made. I'm happy with them both, and I will make more, but I need to actually focus on other stuff. The last thing I've got to show you, there's 2 things technically, but it's the same thing, is I have finally redesigned my circle stickers for putting on product labels and bags and packages when they're posted out and stuff. I've redesigned them. Which way up do they go? Which way up do they go? That way. So they're, I mean, they're pretty much the same. They actually fit on the sticker now, which the last lot didn't at all. Despite getting them professionally printed, I messed up the design. So those fit nicely. I've got proper official looking circle stickers, which don't look like they've been produced by a 3-year-old. And I have completely redesigned my business cards. And you will notice, when I show you in a second, that these have got my website on them. I don't know if that's focusing. I'm going to just trust that it is. There we go. That's the front. They haven't printed quite as well as I hoped they would, despite checking the proof. So next time I do a batch, this is the back, I will tweak the design a little again, but it won't change significantly. I'll change the colours slightly, increase the text size for like my email address and stuff like that a little bit, so they're actually legible. Because, you know, that might help. But overall, I'm pleased with them, and in the right light, this isn't quite despite my nice ring light over here, they do still, they're pretty good. They're pretty much what I want. I think they're quite eye-catching while still being classy. Do you think? I like them anyway. So those are my brand new business cards. The website is still pending any updates. I am hoping to get at least some basic information on there before the market, because obviously that'll be when I hand out the business cards. I probably won't get time to do loads, but I'd like to get, you know, an about me section and some pictures, you know, bare minimum on there, just so there's something for people to see when they click on and get, you know, the links to my Instagram and to this, so that there's things for people to explore, to keep people interested. At some point I will set up a mailing list type thing and start doing newsletters. Possibly a blog, but I'm not sure on that at the moment. But yeah, just a little monthly or maybe quarterly to begin with newsletter of completed projects, planned projects, a little snippet of daily life, that sort of thing. And this coming week I am going to, I've been meaning to do it for a couple of weeks now, but I am going to be launching a giveaway. Full details are pending, but where have I put them? Excuse me while I spin round in a circle looking for things. If you remember the pastel pumpkins that I showed you last time, here is one of them. The set of those is going to be the prize, the main prize. I think I'm going to do a winner and 2 runners-up. So the winner will get the pumpkins. Nerys is shouting, I can hear her, don't know if you can. And then the runners-up, I need to work out how to do it on the shops that I've got at the moment. But I'll do a discount voucher for those. So watch out for that. That will be on Instagram, but I will share it in as many places as I can think of. Yeah, so just keep an eye out for that, basically. I don't think there's a lot else to say. You may notice, which way am I going? My new shelves, ta-da, with my lovely plants. Don't just look at that one, it's not very healthy at the moment. But yeah, I've got my shelf, my plants, a couple of little crochet bits that I've made. I've got, hello puss, pile of wax melts. Excuse me. Noisy. And my Chaos Yarn cakes. You can't see them, but they're down the bottom. And there's his tail. Are you going to show your face? I'm going to come up to the camera. No. Come on, say hello. Hello. No. Okay. Yes, I've had fun putting those together. I've got 2 more to go back here next to them. I don't really know what I'm putting on them yet, but I just wanted something. And I've tidied up the big shelves behind me quite a bit as well. There's still clutter in all the corners that you can't see. Far too much of it, but I'm getting there. And yeah, that really is it. Oh, I didn't say, I meant to say it when I logged on. What time is it? I can't see anymore. But it was coming up to 9 when I started recording, PM that is, on Friday, I think it's the 5th of October. Might be, who knows. I'm not sure whether I'll get this published tonight, just because it's getting late. I meant to do it this morning and just didn't get to it, so here I am. I am, I think, going to start from the next episode, which will be episode 8. This is number 7. Should have said that at the beginning too. I think I'm going to start doing them slightly earlier in the week on, I mean not a lot earlier, but sort of Wednesday, Thursday, just so that then if Fridays are busy, I've still got time to do the editing and get it out on the Friday evening. Just because I want this to actually be regular and predictable. Not that life is ever predictable, but I can try. So the next episode is going to feel quicker to me because it won't be quite 2 weeks when I'm recording it, but it shouldn't feel much quicker to you, depending on when I get this one published. Hopefully tonight or tomorrow. But weekends can become a bit full and a bit hectic, so it might not be till Monday, in which case it will feel quicker to you till the next one. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, going forward I'm going to try and be a bit more organised, and I will get back to actually planning the content and trying to have some things to show you, and you know, I've not talked about goals or anything, which I normally would do. I haven't set any yet for next time. I haven't looked at the ones I set last time, and I'm pretty sure I haven't completed any of them. But hey, such is life. These things happen. Let's just reset and start again. So really the only last little bit I've got to talk about now is my weight loss / physical health journey. I know that some of you won't want to hear about it, So if you've made it this far but don't want to hear the next bit, thank you very, very much for watching. Please do check out the description for all the information that I've mentioned briefly and we'll go into more detail about. Please do like and subscribe and share and follow me on Instagram and I don't know, look out for me on the street, all of that sort of thing. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, and I will speak to you next time. For everybody else, if anyone has stuck around for this bit, I won't be long. Thank you very much for hanging about. I really do appreciate it. It's still a very sensitive topic for me, and I don't really like talking about it, but it keeps me accountable if I actually go public. So, where are we? I weigh myself on a Saturday, so I haven't got this week's figures yet. Last week, I think being ill last Saturday, I somehow didn't gain any weight. I think, despite the fact that I was doing absolutely no exercise and eating really quite poorly because of being unwell, I think, I don't know, the amount of energy I must have been burning just by, sitting up because it was, everything was such an effort. I think that's kind of saved me from gaining any last week, which is fantastic. I didn't lose any, but that's okay. I didn't gain any, and that's great. This week I have felt much better, but I still haven't done as much exercise. Well, I've not been as structured with my exercise as I normally would be. I've done a lot of walking over the last 3 days with distributing the flyers, so that will have helped. But I've also just been exhausted all week. Partly, I think, because of Ned being ill at the beginning, because I had sort of 2-3 nights of not really sleeping. Yeah, that'll do it, I guess, won't it? And also hormones. Again, I won't go into detail, but I am on my period at the moment, and that always knocks me back. And I'm just more tired generally in sort of the couple of days before and then into that stretch of the month. And so I've been eating all manner of rubbish. I've had far too much chocolate. I've had hot chocolates, I've eaten chocolate, I've had cake, I've had crisps, I've had sweets, I've had so much, and all the wrong times of day. So I'm not feeling hopeful about the scales tomorrow. I have a feeling I'll be up. Hopefully not too much. But you know what? Lindsay, bless her, last night was telling me how much better I look just in general, and I think that's just a result of upping my anxiety and antidepressant meds a few months ago and coming off the pill. And so, and yes, I don't feel healthy, because I'm not. But all the walking that I've done, I feel quite strong. In that respect, the walking has been tiring, but I've not really been out of breath or anything, and I've been up or down a lot of hills, so that's a positive. And if my weight's up tomorrow, it's up. It can come back down again. It's not a big deal, depending on how much it's gone up. And I'll just have to do better next week. It's fine. You'll have a little bit of sort of take the pressure off over the weekend, because I always do. I like to just enjoy the weekend. Try not to go overboard, but just not really think about the sort of the discipline areas of life, and then start again on Monday and try and just sort of stick to my plans. Actually do my exercise, eat reasonably healthily, and hopefully get back on track. So that's that. If you are doing anything similar, if you're trying to improve your health, or trying to lose weight, or just trying some new food, or or if you've got any tips for healthy snacks or anything like that, feel free to let me know. I'd love to hear from you. You can always put a comment on here. You can email me if you don't want it to be a public thing. You can send me private messages on Instagram, I think via YouTube, but I don't know how yet. But by all means do, and I'll find out. Yeah, you can get in touch with me any way you like, whether you want it to be a comment that everyone can see or a private message just for my eyes only. And just let me know how you're doing and what you're up to. And that's it. That's your lot. I don't even know how long this has been. I'm going to check the time now, which looks really professional, doesn't it? But I mean, I'll check the timestamp when I'm done, but I think at most that's been 40 minutes, which will be my shortest one yet. As I've said before, I like a long podcast, so I always feel a bit like I'm letting people down if it's too short, but I just haven't had a lot to say. I will plan better for next time. I will try and get some more stuff done. It'll be after the craft market, so I'll be able to tell you all about that and how that went. Hopefully be able to tell you about some sales. And yeah, as I said to everybody else, like and share and subscribe and all that jazz. Keep an eye on Instagram, follow me for more regular but shorter updates. I try and put something on at least every couple of days. And yeah, just thank you very, very much for joining me. I thoroughly appreciate every single click, every single like. If anyone actually subscribes, I'm over the moon. Yeah, so just thank you, and whatever you're up to over the next couple of weeks, I hope it all goes well, and I shall speak to you again, yeah, in a couple of weeks' time. I don't know what the date will be, but we'll be even further into October. Alright, bye for now.